welcome to a full week of workouts. Now this week is going to be a little bit kind of out of the ordinary because I'm trying to try some new things. Like I don't want to just stay in my comfort zone of the gym. I want to test out some new ways of moving my body, some kind of more fun things that I can just have as a hobby, because since the gym has become my job, it's not less enjoyable, but it doesn't fill my cup in the same way, right? Like I need something else to kind of fuel that fire in me, whatever. So this week I've got my 4 gym sessions as per usual. I've started running a little bit more. Who do I think I am? So I've got 2 runs. I also have paddleboarding, I have pole, and I have reformer Pilates. So there's a lot going on. That's a lot of activity, which I don't normally do. Thought it would be fun as my debut video to kind of show you this week. Starting off with a leg day, obviously, I mean, what more did you expect? Let's be honest. First exercise up is going to be an adductor and abductor superset. We only have 2 sets here. We're going kind of middling reps and we're just getting our hips ready for action because we have a lot of squats in this session. This session is predominantly just squats, let's be honest. So after that, we're going to do even more mobility, and I don't have any set kind of mobility routine. I don't do anything for a specific amount of reps or sets. I just do kind of whatever feels good to get my hips ready for action and have them feeling loosey and juicy for my squats. Always starting off just with the bar. We want to make sure our tempo is perfect. We want to make sure our form is perfect before we start loading weight on. Now you'll see with these squats, it says 6 sets of 4 to 10 reps, which is kind of a big rep range. What I do is I basically start off around maybe 10 to 12 reps, and then I'll reduce those reps as we go down as I add more load on. So when we're at set 6, I'll probably not be doing as many reps. Then we move into some front squats, less reps here, less sets here, because we have already done quite a lot of squats, let's be honest. Moving on to the final section of the session, we have 10 minutes on the clock and we are going to do as many rounds as possible within that time. Starting off here with hyperextensions, I'm going to do around 15 to 20 reps, so the kettlebell that I have here is not super heavy. After that, we're going to move into split squats. Obviously, we're going to do around 12 to 15 reps per side. And again, the weight I have here isn't crazy. I'm really focusing on tempo. Last movement is going to be hanging knee raises, which if you know, you know, these are absolutely horrible. You will not be able to get out of bed in the morning. And of course, if I didn't finish the session with a selfie, did it even happen? Like, let's be real. And then a couple of steppies to finish off. After lower comes upper. Again, how did you guess? Starting off with a little bit of shoulder mobility, I can have a little bit of a funky shoulder, and again, there's a lot of shoulder stuff in here, so I want to make sure that I'm really ready for action. First up, we have push press or thrusters or whatever the heck you want to call them. Essentially, we're doing a strict press, but with a little bit of power from the legs as well, so you can see that I'm dipping down before I'm sending that weight overhead. I'm going to be increasing my weight each time, and we're going to go for quite a few sets here. The way I fatigue on this movement is no joke. Like, who do I think I am trying to put more weight on that? Damn. Then after that, if that wasn't enough shoulders, we're going to take out the movement and we're going to go into strict press. So this is all upper body. There's going to be no thrusting from the legs whatsoever. And that is flipping hard, let me tell you. Now we're moving into some pull-ups. We're going to do as many strict pull-ups as possible, and then we're going to do the rest banded. We've got quite a few sets, but not quite as many reps. Obvi, mini dance break. Then we're going to do some kind of leg swaps. I don't even know what to call these, but essentially what we're doing here is getting used to being upside down and moving more towards like handstand work. Finally, we're going to end with a 10-minute AMRAP again. We have planks, we have tricep dips, and we have bicep curls to finish us off. We just got back from paddleboarding and it was so much fun. It didn't rain, Danica did fall in, but it didn't rain. and I loved it. Hopefully I got a few clips on my phone. I didn't want to take my camera just in case I fell in. I have been paddleboarding once before, but I didn't feel pro enough to take a full camera with me, just in case, you know, just in case. And now I'm just gonna put a mask in my hair because we're going to spa this evening and I cannot wait. Like, this feels like such a wholesome week. I'm just doing fun activities to move my body, still doing my normal gym sessions obviously, but just full of fun activity, and yeah, I can't complain. Happy Wednesday! Today is pole and run club. I have never been to a pole class in my life. Like, is this the right thing to wear? I don't know. They said no leggings, so I've gone for like the shortest shorts possible so I can cling onto the goddamn pole for my actual life. But I've never done anything like it before and I'm so scared. I also hate that it's a new place that I've never been to, because that makes me like, I'm just anxious about parking or finding the place, you know? Once I'm there, I'm fine because I'm going with my friend, so she's been before, so she'll be able to show me the ropes, but guys, pole. Oh my god. The instructor kind of scaled everything down for me and I still found it really challenging. Actually, the most challenging parts weren't necessarily getting into the like final move. It was more my kind of coordination and also unlearning everything that you are taught in strength training. Like, she was like, you need to really push your hips forward and do this with your spine and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, no, my body's learned for so long not to do that. So now in having to like teach it to do other things, crazy. But nailed the like headstand straddle situation, managed to like get upside down on the pole. So I did come out of there feeling like, okay, great, we could work on this. So maybe that's my new thing. I can't, the like body roll, like my torso doesn't move. I can't do anything, I don't know. I can do anything where you want my hips to be bendy. I can do the flexibility. Can't do anything where my body has to wiggle around. That is going to be a challenge. It's definitely interesting being a beginner again, but I'm going to keep going. I've got treats, I've got keys, I've got poo bags. I'm ready. I've got sunglasses. I've got a harness. I've got a belt for the dog. Let's see how this goes. I'm thankful for this being an interval run because it's low-key warm and I'm enjoying the rest because they're scheduled rest and I'm allowed to take them. It's not me failing at running, it's an interval. What do you reckon to run in Rex? Because I don't think much to it. It's not so bad. I like that it's like an easy way to get steps in. I like having better athletic ability and knackering out the dog. It is quite fun with the Rex actually. Oh, gross. Anything me and Rex can do, I'm happy with, so I'm willing to get better for Rexy. Thursday is my full body day. We have a lot of deadlifts in here. I want to kind of have a lot of compounds throughout my sessions because those are the things I struggle with. So those are the things that I want to get better at. So lots and lots of deadlifts. Again, starting off with a kind of around 12 reps and moving down to just 3 reps and 6 sets here. Make sure you use your strappies if you need to as you get to those heavier weights. Your grip is always going to give out first. Not my mum trying to get in on pistol squats here. Pistol squats are one of my favourite moves. I just love being functional and doing fun things like this. So here I'm doing as many as I can unsupported before I move on to some sets banded because my left leg is just not it. Then we're going to do some lat pull down. Make sure we've got a nice strong back. 3 sets, 10 to 12. Then we have tricep extension, nice and painfully slowly. And we're going pretty high rep here. We've got to get all the way to 15. Then floor press. This is a really underrated move, I think. Not many people I see do these. Then again, 10-minute AMRAP. Can you tell I love finishing off my sessions like that? This time is a core focused one. So we've got cable crunches, we've got kettlebell windmills, which are so hard if you haven't tried them. And then finally, we have dead bugs to finish that off.
I'm pretty sure you can't hear me because I've got my headphones in and they're not very good with the mic. But I am running. We're doing an 8k. Can't say I've ever done an 8k before, so wish me luck. We're 5k in, but I'm pausing the run. I'm going into the park because it's actually quite warm and Rexy probably needs a bit of a drink and a cool down, so we're just having a little walk through to find the river and then we'll be on our way again. Is that nice? Are you scared? We're officially at, I don't know if you can hear me because of the wind, we're officially at 6k, and that makes every step I take now the furthest I've ever run, which feels horrible considering I had a rest halfway through. This bit is slightly uphill and it's really hot. I'll get my excuses in now, but it seems like there's so far to go. Run is done. That was horrible. The first bit, not so bad. The first 5k I would say was okay. The second bit, disgusting, because after Rex had had a little refresh, he was like ready to go. Meanwhile, I'm knackered. But it's just about to rain, so we're getting back just in time. And all my steps are done for the day. My 12,000 steps are in the bag, which means that I can go have some lunch and then be horizontal on the sofa for the rest of the day. Yippee!
The final session of the week is about to go down, and it's my favourite session of the week, which makes it easier to go to because it's the best session. So even though it's the end of the week and I'm tired and I want to stay in bed, I'm gonna go, because how am I gonna miss out on legs like that? It's just not gonna happen. Starting off with hip thrusts, of course. I have no booty and we want to grow a booty, so hip thrusts are a must. I'm using this machine now rather than a barbell because honestly I just can't be bothered with the setup. I'm getting up there on the weight with these and it's just so much faff and it takes so much time out of my session. So now I'm using this machine, even though it's horrible. As you can tell by each time I get off this, I look like I'm losing the will to live. Like, honestly, is it worth it? I don't know. Then we have seated hamstring curl. I'm not gonna lie, this is not actually the way round I would do this within my session, but this is the way round I had to do it because of who was using kit or whatever. And accidentally I just kept it in the actual order that I did it. So anyway, moving on to single leg press, which is what I would usually have to be my second movement of the session. I really struggle with my left leg, so we want to make sure we're doing some unilateral movements to kind of even out any imbalances there. Then we have 2 sets of a rest pause set on leg extension, which if you know, you know, these are absolutely horrible and they have my quads screaming, and hopefully after they scream, they will grow. That's the idea. Finishing off the session with a fun favourite, 2 sets, as many reps as I possibly can on sissy squat. I tend to do these body weight and I tend to just have them as a little bit of a finisher to really fatigue my quads. Full week of workouts in the bag. Now I feel like I must stress that this is not a normal week of workouts. My normal week of workouts would just be the 4 gym sessions, but I've just been trying out some new things and I cannot continue on this trajectory of doing so much activity. So best believe that this will be whittled down a little bit and maybe just like a new activity every week rather than 4 new activities every week, because rest is important and we need to rest in order to be able to do all the things that we want to do. So rest assured, I do not do this much usually. I just thought it was a fun week to film of all these different bits and bobs. If you enjoyed this, please let me know. I feel like everyone says that, but every clip I filmed, I've been like, nobody cares, why are you doing that? So please let me know if you enjoyed it, because I low-key enjoyed it and it would be fun if we did more.